Welcome to Reena's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube using 4 techniques. The techniques are hide and capture, J, 11 and corner. So these techniques are just for you to make solving a cube easier. Now let's begin solving the cube. Before we start solving, we'll learn the first technique known as the hide and capture. To make you learn the technique, I have a plain cube with me. So this hide and capture technique can solve this type of scenarios, and it solves the first color as well as the 2 layers in our cube. So in this type of scenario, we use the hide and capture technique. So how are we gonna place it to its right place? If we move it directly, it comes in its right position, but these 2 pieces gets over here. So in order to do it without scrambling these pieces, we must move this piece towards the opposite direction to where it should be and bring this face down and just move this here, capture and just send it back. Now the first color is solved. I'll repeat it again. So now we are gonna put it over here. So I'm hiding it, bringing this down, making the hided part come out and moving it up. This is the first formula. With this we are gonna solve the first 2 layers. So now let's come to solving the cube. In this tutorial, I am using the red face to be at the top and to be the main color. You can use any color of your wish, but I suggest you till the end of this video, you may use the red color as me so that you might get some similar situations like me. So now we are gonna use the hide and capture technique which we learned just now. We are gonna look for a piece with red color in it. So I have found one corner. A corner is a piece which has 3 colors. So I found it. So I want to put here without disturbing the piece which is already with its center. So I'm hiding this. I'm bringing this down and I'm bringing the hided part and just moving it up. Again I found another piece. This is the edge piece because it has only 2 colors. So I'm just using the same formula but tilting it. So now I had to put this over here. So I hide only the center like this, again like this, and bringing this down, and again only bringing this center part and moving it up. So again I'm using this, I'll just move it up because there's no piece over here, so I'll easily move this up. Now there are some scenarios which you might encounter like this one, because this is in the bottom and you can't directly lift it with the hide and seek. In this type of situation, you are just moving the face which is just above the color which is down and just bringing this down, and you're tilting this layer twice and this comes over here. You can then solve it with the normal hide and seek method. There's no color over here, so I'm just moving it up. Now I'm finding another piece. So now I'll just do a situation which you may encounter. Now see, I'm just moving it down and just moving it like this and just moving it up. There are some situations in which you might encounter that the edge piece is at the bottom. For example, like this, or something like this. So in order to do so, you must use this technique. You have to just bring it down. I just move this over here and just make it up. So now our formula, according to our formula, it's over here. So we are bringing the center face down and we are tilting it twice. And we are gonna move it up. This is one scenario which you might encounter. Now the first color is completely solved. Now we are gonna align them with their correct lines. So here 2 greens are there. So I need to replace this with the yellow and blue. The yellow and blue centers are over here. So I'm placing them over here. So in order to place them over here, we are using the same technique. We are bringing this down, hiding it and making this go up. We are tilting it twice and keeping it in the position where it needs to go. In my case, it is blue and yellow. The blue and yellow pieces are over here. In order to move it over here, we use the same technique. We are just moving it towards this side. I am moving it towards my left because the area where the piece needs to go is to my right. So I am moving it in the opposite direction, bringing the right face down, moving this and just putting it over here. The piece is successfully in its place. The next piece is blue and white. We are looking for the blue and white center piece. Here it is. So in order to move it to its place, we must look at the red color because that's the color I am solving now. So we are moving it, we are bringing this down and using the same technique to put this on its place. Now the next color we removed is yellow and green. The yellow and green lays over here. So it's the last piece it's the last corner we are gonna put it in its place. So we are moving it, we are bringing this down, we are just moving this and we are putting it back. So now these two colors are solved but not these two because their edges are different. These edges need to be replaced. In order to replace the edges, we use the same formula. We are bringing this down, we are just hiding it and bringing it. So now here we need to put this piece over here. We are just keeping it towards its destination. Now we are moving it either to the left or to the right because it's a centerpiece and we can move it anywhere. So I am moving to my right and bringing this only the center down, something like this, and just moving it like this and moving it like this. And one more color is solved. Now the remaining is the blue and the red edge piece. In order to do so, we are hiding it, bringing this down and capturing it and moving it up. Due to only one formula, we formed the first layer. Now we are going to the second layer. So now our goal is to complete the second layer. So according to me, we have to look for a piece which doesn't have the opposite color of the color which we solved. In my case, I solved red and the opposite color of red is orange. So I have to look for a piece without orange in it. So now I am taking the piece. I am looking for this. And we have to look for an edge piece. An edge piece is a piece which has only two colors. Here it has orange in the bottom. So I am just quitting it. Here again it has orange, again orange, and here there is no orange in it. So I am putting it in this correct place. For example, the top color, it's depict. I am just doing a number of down moves so that it matches with its center piece. So now I have to look for the color in the bottom. In my case, it's yellow. So I have to look to either to my right or to my left where the color goes. First, if I look to my left, it says that it has green, white. So it doesn't go into its place. So I'm looking towards my right. And here it's yellow and it depicts with the same color. So I'm gonna put it in its place. In order to do so, we are using the same formula but in a different method. So I'll say what is the method. In this method, we are removing the corner and again putting it back in its place. So I'm hiding it towards my left because the destination is towards my right. So I'm moving it to the left, bringing the right down and hiding it and again capturing it. So that these two pieces are joined. The corner is removed. So now I'm gonna my goal is to just put this back in its place and I'm forgetting about this edge piece, the green and the yellow. When we solve this, the green and yellow piece will automatically be in its position. So I'm moving it towards my opposite direction, bringing this down and just bringing this and just putting it on its place. For your surprise, the piece is already in its position. So now I'm looking for another edge piece without orange in it. So I got one color with the yellow and blue. So I'm matching it with its center. So now I had to put this over here. So I am hiding it to the opposite direction, bringing this down and moving it and again putting it over here. So now these two pieces are joined. Now I'm forgetting about the yellow and blue piece, and just my goal is to put this over here. So I'm hiding it, bringing this down, bringing this and just putting it on its position. Now again the yellow and blue piece is solved. Now I am looking for another piece without orange. In my case I got it as white and green. So I'm matching it with its center. And see, I got one. Now I have to look for the place where it must go, to the right or to the left. So I'm looking towards the right and I see yellow. So I'm cancelling the piece. So and I'm seeing towards the white and towards the left and seeing that there is white color. So I'm moving it over here. In order to do, I'm hiding it to my opposite direction, that is towards my right, and just bringing the left down and removing the corner piece. Now I check that these two pieces are attached together. Now I have to move it just over here. So I'm moving it, bringing this down, bringing this and just moving it up again. So now this is another situation you might encounter. The last edge or piece must be unsolved. Now this is very rare and only some of them might encounter this situation. In order to solve this, we must put any of the edge in its place so that this edge is removed and we can put it in its place. So this place is flipped, white and blue. It's in its right position but flipped. So I'm gonna put any one piece. I'm putting the white and orange piece over here. So in order to put that, I'm moving this to my opposite direction, bringing this down, just doing this and putting it over here. The white and orange piece is at its place. Now I have to look for the color which I removed, that is white and blue. The white and blue edge piece is over here. I'm matching it with its center piece, that is white, and just moving it and doing the same formula. I'm hiding it, bringing this down, making the hided part come out and making this up. And I'm just hiding it again and putting this corner back in its place. And the second layer is also solved. This has been done with only one formula or technique. Now our goal is to join the pieces in the last layer. In order to do so, we need to learn the remaining three techniques of our game. So now I'll teach you the second formula or technique which is used to solve the cross at the bottom, the orange cross. You might encounter three situations in this which I'll be teaching you later. So now the second technique is called as the J technique. In this, it's all related to a J. In order to do so, we are just moving the right face down, the down face towards the left, and we are turning the cube so that this unsolved piece lies horizontal towards us. So now we are moving this part down. Now we are turning it again and fixing this part. So now we are moving it over here. Now we need to put this onto its place. In order to do so, we are putting it over here and reversing the formula. So I'm teaching you again. We are moving the right face down, moving this face like a J, just like a J, and putting a line on above, just like this. Now we are reversing the formula. That's it. I'll be teaching you again. We are putting a line down, another line for a J, and again a line on the top. And we are reversing the technique, just like this. This is used to make a cross at the bottom. So now let's begin. So there are three possible situations which you may encounter while doing. The one is the J, or another is a line, or another is a dot. The another situation you might encounter, which is very rare, is a cross automatically in the bottom. So if you have a line, there is no problem in doing this formula twice. If you have a dot, you can do the formula thrice. But if you have a three piece like the 9 o'clock or a 3 o'clock something, then you have to do this. We have to make it like a J again. That's why it's called as a J technique. We have to make it like a J. If it is facing like this, we are turning it twice and making it a J. If it is facing like this, once again to a J. So after making this J at the bottom, we must see that it's not scrambled, and we have to just keep it like this and just do the J for a J technique. So in order to do that, we are bringing the right face and we are moving this line and putting a line on the top. The top doesn't refer to this, it refers to this. And we are again reversing this technique. So we are moving this up, and we are moving this. And now if you see, there would be a cross in the bottom. But if you have a line, you must do the same thing twice, but when you do it once, you might get a J. During that time, you have to make it like what I said, and you have to do the formula. And you might also encounter only a dot and some edge pieces scattering over here. So in order to do that, you need to do the same technique thrice and get this cross. So now our goal is to make these pieces oriented with their center, with their edges or the center. So here I have two colors which are matching and two colors that are not. So in order to orient them, we are learning the third technique. So the third technique is called as the corner technique. Actually, it also replaces the corner and is also used in this last of the tutorial to change and flip the corner pieces. So in order to do, it's very easy and simple. We are bringing the right face down, turning it twice, bringing and making this go again, and bringing and turning the down face once, bringing this down once, and bringing this and just making it. I'll show you again. We are bringing this. We are just rotating twice and bringing this up and this and rotating the down face, bringing this down and rotating it again and making it go up. This is used to orient these two edge pieces over here. So now for everybody, there will be two pieces which must be oriented correctly. In order to find the two pieces, you must be rotating the down face until two of the colors are in their position. For me, it's white and blue. So I had to keep it in such a position that the solid colors lay to my left and to my back. In the sense, for me, white is laying to my left and back to my and the blue to my back. So I'm bringing this down, doing the corner formula just like this and matching with the center piece. So now I'll do it again, but it will be scrambled, but I'll show you again. So now you might encounter a situation like this. We have to find the two pieces and we have to keep it in their position, and I'm doing this technique, bringing this face down, turning it twice, bringing and making this piece go up again, bringing this once, turning this piece down and bringing this up and just moving it. Now if we check, all the pieces would be oriented, but you have to do a down move to check whether they are oriented. So now the only thing left in our cube is the corners. In order to do the corners, we must learn the last and the final formula of our tutorial. That's quite simple and is called as the 11. It's just moving the right face down, moving this like this, striking one piece to the other side and bringing this down, striking this piece towards this side and moving this up and making this side proper and sending it back to its place. This can be used in this place in such a way that they are oriented correctly. So now we have to look for a piece which has all the colors in where it must be, but is flipped or in its correct position and not flipped. But in my case, there is none of the pieces. I'll say you how. Here I need a piece with the corners blue, white and orange. But I have orange, white and green. So this is not there. and here I need a piece with white, green and orange, and here I have the piece with orange, yellow and blue, and thus it won't come. So, and here again I need a piece with green, yellow and orange, and it's unlike with its respective colors, and again over here it doesn't match. So if you have a scenario like me, but most of the time you might at least get a one corner that is in its place but flipped, or in its place and in its right position. So if you get a situation like me, you have to do the 11 formula. So now I got one piece which is correct and in its position. You might also get a situation something like the piece would be flipped. In such situations, you don't need to worry and use the same formula. You have to keep the correct edge to your top, to facing you and towards your left. So now you have to bring this right face down and do the 11th formula. See, I have solved two corners with the 11th formula, and the two other pieces are in their right position. So now we are repeating the corner formula but with a difference as we did to solve the second layer. The difference is just still this, we know that it's the corner formula, but after this we have to do another step to solve those two pieces. We are moving this down. It's just the mirrored screen of the formula, but we are doing it twice. So you can just repeat after me. We are keeping the solid edges towards our left as we did in the 11th formula and doing the corner formula. So now do not turn the cube. Do not turn the cube or try to orient these pieces. Now we have to bring the left face down. The left face like this and rotate it to anti-clockwise twice. Anti-clockwise and bring it up and again make it and again do it and just do it. Again, if some of you might get the cube already solved, but if you don't get it like me, you're doing it again. Just rotating it twice, bringing it down and just solving it. Do not rotate the cube. Bring the left face down, turn it twice, take the left face up, doing it again, bringing this down, and the cube is solved. This is a solved cube. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and felt it much easier.